Hey, so I'm gonna do a track breakdown of my new song Capacity. I'm just gonna run through all the different elements to the song and basically explain how I made it. I mean, the whole song revolves around this one drum loop, which is from Splice. Good old Splice. As you can see, it's called SHS TMD2 95 drum loop Sane 4. So there we go. And that comes in with the filter slowly coming off. That's pretty much the main part of the intro. I have some ambience over the top, which is barely audible, to be honest. This is mostly from Splice, probably. Maybe some other YouTube rips and stuff happening. It's a lot of textural stuff, sort of coming off the filter. Got a high pass on it. It's coming down. Oh, this one was, yeah, got this band pass happening. So, on the top, I have, what is it? What is the top part? This one here. Of course, it's Profit. Wow. Yep, so I'm using the Profit as, I don't know why. I'm using it as a hat over the top of that bit on the intro. And then the main bass kick comes in. Kick bass. Got some more ambience that comes in there. Oh, actually, that's this sort of texture that I'm using as a sort of riser. Using the automation with utility there. And just a bit of delay. Pretty important sound in the song, really. It sort of really builds up tension and releases it. And then sort of allows more elements to come in. So let me zoom out a bit. Sorry, this is a bit of a mess, this project. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not one of those people that color codes things, and yeah, it does all that. I sort of just get it done. So this is a nice little texture that's happening in the background. Sort of just acting as a... It was the same one as the intro, but it kind of becomes, later on in the track, it becomes this sort of percussive loop. Oh, that's not it. This bit here. So it doubles up with the beat. Sounds like this. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So that's the intro, more or less. It's basically just building up all the elements. Textures on the main beat, and then for the kick drum that comes in, basically just got this drum rack going on, and it's got a few different drum sounds. Whenever I do drums, I like to just load everything onto the drum rack, and then just swap out sounds. It's just so easy on Ableton to hot swap things and, you know, experiment rather than having to drag in a whole new sound onto an audio track. I much prefer to use the MIDI drum rack for that. So this track is just that. Basically, it has all the drums on it, all the kick and snare. And then I have some noise as a hat there. So, automating the decay there a bit. Just sort of messing around with it. Looks like I've done it on the grid a bit. And just to add some, some like real life velocities. So that's that, and then the snare is kind of more of a rim, I guess. The noise part. I think these are probably either from Ableton stock or Splice. Probably more so Splice. That's the main rim snare sound. The core of this song was I heard the initial loop and then this snare, and I was like, that's basically a song in itself. And that's what made me want to continue it, really. And then the kick, probably from Splice as well. It's actually layered. Perhaps, maybe too much bass, but ultimately I just wanted this song to be really strong. And when that bass comes in, I just really wanted it to hit. So I felt like the need to have some sub underneath that. So then you got those elements coming in as I showed you. There's another loop here. Ambient loop with some effects on it. So that builds up the tension into this part where it drops out. And I've sort of just mangled the main loop there. Basically pitched it down a bit. Changed the transients and stuff. Made it mono, I think. Yeah. It's gone mono. That same loop coming back in. Oh, that's the texture on top from earlier, and then we had this loop, the sort of tension building loop. And then straight back into it with all the elements back in again. Still building up to the melodics that come later. This our texture I showed earlier. So let me drop out into this ambient section. Few things going on. It's mainly at the top there. I think I layered some stuff. So there's some nymphs, Dreadbox nymphs happening. And then there's some more Dreadbox nymphs happening. And that's over the top of the other pad, Prophet pad, that comes in later. Yeah, so it's just thought I'd layer rather than just have this one. It's a bit dark, that one. Just adds some brightness to it. And I'm cutting off the filters, I think, a bit on these. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe I was on the actual synth, I think. So it's building up the brightness towards the end. And then it drops back into it. And then there's just more texture on top of that. Got some ambience, birds, water happening there. And then I think there's a little chime. Yeah. Oh, that's on the Behringer neutron. That sound that comes in as the drop happens. It's just a resonant frequency on noise, basically. Some effects, some reverb. At least like it fills it out, some high frequency stuff that's happening there. Probably something sharp was happening at that frequency, so to get out. And then that's the drop. And there's some more noise, just to open up the space a bit. As well as, which one was it? This one here? Yeah, this big drone noise sort of sample from space. It's a really cool sound. Just, I mean, it just sounds massive. You put up on that. Is that it? It makes a big difference. And then, of course, you have a main synth bass that comes in there. That's also the Behringer neutron. I've grouped it with the trons, obviously. So, where is that one? It's at the top here. With the B, it sort of, it sort of fits in. There's so much bass on that B already that, you don't really need much bass on the actual bass. Just there to sort of add some rhythm. So there's a little effect there. Sort of just a reversed sample, glitch sample from Spice. And then, what's that one though? That's just a textural noise texture thing. Oh, that's like another texture. Almost like a rip sound, like a vinyl sound there. But at the beginning of the beat, it kind of sounds like it's distorting the beat, it's very cool. It's kind of almost like a bit of overdrive on the top. It's that, no, it's that. Over the top of this whole beat, there's this texture, which I think is pretty crucial. Then, to the ends part of the ambience as well. It's a really nice texture that found on Spice. Texture loop fairies there. Very good. So basically what I did with that is you have the main texture that's just normal. My mono dip. But then on me, duplicate track of that, have Filter Frick 2 with this little groovy step rhythm. as a nice little background rhythm to the main beat. Yeah, just adds a nice, a nice additional element. And then during that point as well, I just have another bass line, which is a fifth above the original one. It's literally the same audio, just pitched up. Now I'm coming over filter on that as well, just sort of very slowly. And that's more or less it for the rest of the track. All of these elements are just repeating. When you have the main pad, which is the same one from the interlude. Yeah, the same pad from the interlude here, which is just the Prophet. Modified version of this Prophet 15 flutes. It's the same as all, just higher. What's this one at? Oh, there's a lower one. So I've just done 3 channels basically with the same instrument, just to split up the MIDI. Got a bass, middle treble part. It just repeats basically for the rest of the song. And just to go through the sound, it's just I'm slowly coming off the filter a bit and sort of repeating. Some delay on that, without the reverb and delay. Sounds like that. So there's a lot of modulation on the pitch. On both frequencies. So that reverb's pretty key to that sound. Just a really long, wide reverb. Yeah, around 10 seconds. It's the key to the sound, and it's 100% wet. Completely washed out. With reverb as well, because why not? With the delay as well, because why not? So after that, beat ends are here. So we have this going. The beat drops out. Just a little tail. And then this sound becomes more dominant with the texture as well. Just sort of lets it ring out. Just those 2 sounds really. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire track. Thanks so much for checking out my breakdown. I have a new album coming out, 2nd of September. So stay tuned for more info about that. Thanks a lot.